I'm going to be showing you a no BS guide to TikTok Shop, the same strategy that we're using across all of our clients this year. It has the highest ROI, the most efficient sampling, and is going to allow you to scale your ads without your ROAS dropping. What we're going to go through is how to set up your account to get sales, how to find the best creators and incentivize them to sell for you, how to dial in your content without wasting money on samples, and how to actually scale your shop once you find product market fit on TikTok. Literally everything you need to set up your TikTok shop, add another revenue stream to your business, and start printing millions. And the first thing we're going to do is set up our TikTok shop account for success. It's super simple, but sometimes we audit accounts and they're set up totally wrong. They're using seller shipping, they're doing manual outreach, and they're not using any campaigns. So if you're already on TikTok shop, after this video, just make sure you're not making any of those mistakes. But right now, let's jump in and I'll show you how to set it up the right way. You're going to want to come to this page. So it's seller-usaccounts.tiktok.com. Obviously, if you were doing this in the UK, you would just switch the country to wherever you're signing up. Obviously, Spain and Ireland, they'll be coming soon, but they're invite only at the moment. So you're going to want to register an account here. Now, in this step, you're going to need a few things. If you want to set up a US TikTok shop, you're going to need a US LLC, a social security number, EIN. You have to be a registered US business with a US bank account, etc. So make sure you have those things first. I'll leave a link in the description to the setup articles, which will explain all the different things that you need to have, but make sure you've got those first before you create your account. Now, I'm not going to go through the actual setup here because I'm in the UK and it's a bit of a pain to set up a US seller center, so I'm just going to show you the examples using our clients. Now, the next thing you want to do is once you've set up your account, you're going to come into Shopify and you want to install the TikTok app. This will give you the opportunity to sync your products from Shopify directly into TikTok. Now, one thing that is very important, if you're selling on TikTok Shop, say you have a product that has different colors or different flavors, you want to try and condense your listings as much as possible. There's an example here with this brand that we run. You can see they've got the same product, but there's lots of different colorways for the same product. So what we've done is we came into here and we created a brand new listing. You can see our TikTok Shop draft, and under this product, we've got the different variants under here. Now, this is very important for TikTok Shop because all of the momentum is built through the listing itself. For example, if we had all these set up individually as different colorways inside TikTok Shop, if we were to go and send out a bunch of rose nude samples and then some golden peach samples, etc., the creators go, they post their videos, they tag the color that they've got. If the viewer of that video wants to go and find a different color, they have to go and search it up, go and buy it. And what it means is the sales end up diluted across multiple different products. And within the TikTok algorithm, you get a lot of preferential treatment and you get pushed out further if they can see that your listing's performing well. So instead of getting 10 different sales on each of these different colorways, if we've got 4 different colors in here, we've got all 40 sales going through the one listing, and that helps us to build momentum within TikTok. So if you have any products which are essentially the same product, maybe it's different sizes, different colors, different flavors, always try and condense these as much as you can. You can just create a new listing within Shopify, and this is what we're going to sync into TikTok. Now, to sync the product, you're going to go to the TikTok app. At the top of the screen, it's going to say shop management. So you're going to come into here, go to products on Shopify. You're going to find the product. Here we are. And then on the right hand side, it will say upload product or sync products. You're going to click that and map it in. It will ask you to set a category template. So this is where you set the details about the ingredients, the weight of the products, any certificates, etc. So you're going to want to upload them as well and set that for the particular product. The category template allows you to set baseline for products of that variety. So say we're selling here moisturizer. We could set a category template for all of our moisturizer product, and then we can simply apply that across the range. Once you have your product synced, you're going to come in here and optimize the listing. Now, a few very key important points. Product images matter a lot. This is really the highest leverage thing that you can optimize. When people click on your listing, the first thing they're going to do is swipe through the carousel images. So you want to include lots of infographics here, talk about the ingredients that are in your product, social proof, the benefits of the product. Really use these images to sell the product. They're massively important. For your title, you want to make sure that it's SEO optimized. So lots of keywords in here. Cruelty-free, contour, skin tones, portable, long-lasting, beauty, easy to apply, etc. So you want to fill your title with as many keywords as you can, and that's going to help you show up better in the search rankings. Now, another part to optimize is your description. So of course you can have your text component in here. However, if on the right hand side, you can see if I scroll down, you can add graphics to your description. And this almost turns it into like a little mini landing page right within TikTok. Again, use this real estate to sell the product. Use social proof, talk about the key benefits, highlight the USPs, or answer commonly asked questions. You can get this spun up with a graphic designer. It can all just be one image, 1080 wide, and then as long as it needs to be. And then a final important piece is your certificate. Now, this is a common area where you'll catch people getting lots of violations if you don't get this certificate component right. Depending on the industry, so depending on the category you're in, you want to upload your certificate. The best thing to do is click on this little example example button here, okay, and it will show you the guideline of what it's looking for. If it's asking you for an uploaded label like this, it has to be a scanned version. You know, you can't just upload a photo. Sometimes you get away with it, but very often if you just upload a photo of the label, you're going to find yourself getting violations. So I'd always recommend this. It's like a scanned photocopy. And then the final component where I see a lot of people falling up is make sure you swap to seller shipping. If you want to fulfill these orders through Shopify, you're going to want to go into your shipping and fulfillment settings. So it'll be on the left hand side under orders. You're going to go to shipping and fulfillment settings. I can actually access this. It can only be the owner of the account. So because this is our client's seller centers, it can only be the account that created the seller center. However, you're going to want to go in there, set up your shipping to integrate with Shopify, unless you want to be fulfilling these orders manually. But honestly, it is not very scalable, and I would always recommend that you integrate your orders to be fulfilled through Shopify. Now, you don't want to be putting the cart before the horse and sending traffic into something that isn't ready, so make sure you do these setups before you go hard on any sampling. But now that you know how to set up your account, let me show you how to find the best creators that are going to bring in a ton of sales. And instead of just firing off blind messages, hoping you're going to stumble across some A players, we're going to do everything in our power to avoid getting tire kickers who are just going to steal your product without posting. You're going to want to have the best strategies to find only the right creators for your brand. What I would always recommend is using some sort of outreach automation tool. Now, the one that we use is called Yuka, and we use this for all of our brands, and this allows you to do outreach at scale. If you want to see success on TikTok Shop, you're going to have to work with a lot of creators, you're going to have to do a lot of outreach, and this is by far the most timely and cost-effective way to do your outreach. There are different plans. Again, I'm not sponsored to make this video, but this is the exact one that we use. I'm going to show you the messaging we use as well just in a second. You can start off on the Pro plan. I'd always recommend over time moving on to Expert because it allows you to use their CRM features, which you can reach back out to previous affiliates to really nurture those relationships. Again, I'm not sponsored, but there is an affiliate link in the bio, so if you're going to sign up anyway, I'm giving you this free value. Just use the link. But again, I'm going to show you the exact messages that we use here in a second. Now, once you sign up to Yuka, there are limitations in place, okay? So TikTok, and these are always changing, so I can't even remember what they are right now, but if you're a brand new account on TikTok Shop, there are limitations around the outreach you can do to creators. So you're going to want to use target collabs. Target collabs allow you to do outreach at scale, especially when you're starting from zero. To do that, you're going to come into here, you're going to click new bot, you're going to go through this process, you're going to do target collaboration only if you've ran out of messages, you're going to add in the product ID of the product that you want to be selling, you're going to go through and set this up. Now, just to show you some of the messaging that we're using, and this is what we found to work best, if you're working with affiliates on TikTok Shop, it's a transactional relationship. They care about making money. So in your outreach messaging, in the communication with creators, you want to be communicating how they're going to be able to benefit and profit from this partnership. So for example, one of the outreach that we're doing here, what we always pitch it as, if you're, especially when you're launching, is like a VIP offer. Okay, we're framing this as special offer, VIP commission. We mentioned how we're doing a TikTok Shop launch. As a new brand, we're going to be offering the first 50 affiliates a VIP commission, and we think they're going to be able to profit with us. Okay, now you do want to offer higher commissions here. So if your normal commission is set at 20%, in this outreach, you want to set it slightly higher, maybe 22%, or can even be just like 21%. Just anything that's higher than your normal open collab commission, because what it's going to mean is in that invite, when it comes through to the creator's inbox, it's going to say a little higher commission badge, and people are going to opt in. They're going to feel like it is actually a special VIP offer, and they're going to want to partner with you. Just an example, this is a brand that we launched this bot for. You can see here, this is an update we just sent them in Slack. You can see here we said we have some top earners requesting samples already, which is great. This is a completely new brand on TikTok. They've got zero sales, zero social proof, and everyone says that you can't attract quality creators from the outset. However, that is just not true. We found that using this strategy, straight from day one, we're able to get top creators bought in, requesting samples, and making content with our brands. You can see here, I mean, these creators, all of them above 10K, some up at sort of 60, and we see this across the board. Every time we launch with a new brand, using this strategy, we get quality creators from day one. The other thing I'd recommend you doing is going into some creator communities and offering key incentives. Now, what you want to do is, with these top creators, you want to get them in by any means necessary, even if that means that you're just breaking even at the start, because what it means is these creators are going to become your case studies. If you can get the best creators working with your product, give them maximum commission, where they're going to get all the profit from these first sales. They're going to be incentivized to post. They're going to go out and make you sales, get proof that your product can sell. You can then take that to other creators and say, look how many sales this creator's made. So even if you don't make money on the front end, those creators become your case study. So a great place to get these content creators from is going into communities. There's plenty of creator communities on Discord, or there's school creators as well. You want to incentivize them, work with them on retainers, give them high commissions, give them prizes if they can hit certain milestones. Do whatever you can to get some quality creators bought in and making content. It'll set you up for the future. Now, once you find a bunch of the best creators, you're going to want to dial in your creative strategy before you send out hundreds of samples. Because what can happen often is you end up overspending on product costs and samples. You don't even get any videos off the back of it because the creators just ghost you. Or you'll get a bunch of content, you'll get 300 videos up on the platform and you'll get 0 sales. So what we do, and what I recommend you do as well, is know what kind of content you want to make. This is basically copywriting 101. You have to remember that these creators and affiliates aren't necessarily marketers. They're everyday people that have jumped on the bandwagon of earning money on TikTok. They don't understand the creative strategy the same way that you do. Now, what we do for every single brand that we work with is we go through a pretty in-depth onboarding process. We'll go through a sheet like this, which covers all of the copy mining. We're going through the brand reviews, we're going through Amazon, we're going through Reddit, and we're searching for what are people saying about this product. We're pulling that out and starting to categorize them. Then what we're doing is we're going onto TikTok and we're looking for what videos are working, what's trending, what are our competitors posting, and we're pulling out the learnings from that as well. This then gives us a good idea of what kind of angles we can start to promote with, and then turning that into a real testing plan. So you can see here we've mapped out week by week what is it we want to be testing with this content to ensure we're getting as many learnings as we can. From there, you can then turn that into briefs. So you can send briefs to these creators with specific angles that you want them to create with. So maybe you want them to really lean into, our product helps you sleep better at night, which is going to improve your focus during the day. And you want the creators to really hone in on that. Put together a specific brief which runs through that angle, guides the creators on the kind of content you want to see. And the best thing you can do in here is include examples. If you're looking for a particular type of content, the best thing you can do is say, just replicate this. From there, as the creators go out and start to post, you want to be dissecting these learnings. So you're pulling which creative performed best. Is it males? Is it females? Is it older creators or younger creators? What kind of hooks are performing best? You're going to start to get an idea of the content that gets the best engagement, makes the best sales, and then you're going to pull that back to the beginning and then direct the future creators on those learnings, really supporting the creators with the creative strategy. I think this is a component where a lot of brands get wrong, is because they assume that they can just trust the creators, give them a couple of the core building blocks and just let them figure it out. But what you're going to get is just a range of content across this spectrum, when in fact you know that this is the range that creators should be operating in. Put those constraints on them, put them in the right direction, and you're going to see more sales because of it. Basically, the idea is to test and know what's working so that you can feel confident that as you're sending out these samples, you're actually getting an efficient use of that product cost. And that way you can feel confident going into the next step here. Because once you've found product market fit on TikTok, you're going to want to blast and scale. Usually at this stage, there isn't a whole lot in your way, but just a word of caution, sometimes we've come across brands where they have product market fit, they're ready to scale, but they run into inventory supply issues. But if you're not being held back by any of that, you're ready to go ahead and start scaling. To make sure you have product market fit, you want to have had at least a couple of videos which are pulling in strong sales. You probably want to be doing at least maybe like a couple of $1,000s a month in sales. And you also want to make sure that all of your metrics are in a good place. So when you go into the shop health tab in TikTok, you want to make sure that your dispatch rate is in line, that you're not getting too many negative reviews, and there's nothing there that if you were to scale this up, things are going to break and you risk getting your shop shut down. So remember to check your account health analytics at the same time. Now, a couple of key ways when it comes to scaling your account is using TikTok ads and locking in creators on long-term partnerships. When it comes to scaling with ads, it's honestly very simple. You want to use a consolidated account structure, one campaign for prospecting, one campaign for retargeting, and the goal really is funneling in creatives. If you want to scale successfully with TikTok shop ads, the success comes from how many fresh creatives can we put into the account each week in order to keep the account rolling and keep things fresh. The more creatives you put in, the more likely you are to succeed. Again, you want to run this very broad, so broad targeting. You can include exclusions in there, so you want to exclude like your shop purchases, maybe even your website purchases as well. But honestly, I would recommend trying to leave this as broad as you possibly can. Don't refine the targeting too much. Yes, of course, if there's demographics, if you're selling, makeup and you really want to go after like a female audience, then sure, you can refine the demographic targeting. But in terms of like interests and trying to control the algorithm, you're much better leaving it broad. The other option you have for scaling is locking creators in on long-term partnerships. Now, this is a fantastic strategy. If you know that you're already sales on TikTok, if you know the angles that are starting to perform best, the best thing you can do is go into some of these creator communities, lock in the best creators on retainer. The average rate for these creators is between $500 to $1,000 a month, depending on their quality and their experience, their previous case studies. But if you can lock in a portfolio of a couple of these top creators, and you're going to get them making daily content, so 30 videos a month, what that's going to do is it's going to massively scale your output of content. It's going to tap these creators into finding finding some winning videos, and then once these winning videos start to gain some traction and other creators see your product taking off, they're going to jump on the hype train as well and start organically requesting samples. They're going to want to get involved and create content for your brand, which is going to push you to the next level. Really, the three best communities for this are a community called Social Army, one called Media Labs, and one called Creators Corner. At the time of recording this video, those are the three best communities. There is other ones out there, but in terms of quality, those definitely stand above the rest. Again, if you're going to onboard these creators though, make sure you've got some learnings to provide them with so that you can set them off on the wrong foot. You're now at the stage where you're paying people for content up front because you know that your product sells, you know that there's potential there to scale, and you're assuming some of that risk because you know that there's potential to get there. You're getting these creators bought into your product. Once they see the upside of the commissions, then they'll run away and they'll take it on board. But you want to get some of these top creators bought into your brand, and the best way to do that is to buy their attention. You have to pay them to get them on board, to get them creating consistent content, and then they'll work with you in the long term. So if you're a brand that's under 10k a month on TikTok Shop, go and implement these and let me know how you get on. On the other hand, if you're already set up and you're doing consistent 5 or even 6-figure months on TikTok Shop, but you're struggling to scale, go ahead and click the link in the description or go to consortsocial.co.uk, book in a call to speak, and I'll run you through some free strategy. We can dissect your account, we'll do a free audit, and I'll give you the roadmap, whether you want to implement it yourself or whether you're looking to offboard this because your team can't handle it internally, and we can get you scaling in as little as 7 days, just like we did for this brand. Go ahead, click the link now.